Okay, welcome back again to the Halls of Music. This is the third video in a 4-set series for learning strum patterns and techniques for rhythm guitar. We're using the chord progression from You Ain't Going Nowhere by Bob Dylan. Okay, in this video, we're gonna have some alternate bass notes that are played. Much faster than this. Okay, it's gonna go. That's a little sample of the exercise that we're gonna learn in this video. Okay, so you'll get me playing this through the progression several times, and then after that, some practice strategies and tips for being able to play this strum technique. Okay, again, if you're having trouble switching with your left hand, the chord switching, I have a book called Chord Warmups for Beginners, Book 1, that goes through all of the open position chords that are for basic guitar and provides exercises and a context for you to learn every single chord and get tons of opportunities to switch. Will really help your left hand out a lot. I'll leave a link for that in the description below. You can contact me at bobby@thehallsofmusic.com for guitar lessons. I also teach beginner piano. Or if you're interested, my wife teaches percussion, drum set, as well as piano. She can teach more advanced piano. So I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope that you find these videos to be helpful and all of that good stuff. Have a great day. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so let's get straight into the practice strategies for learning how to play a moving bass line and rhythm guitar at the same time. Okay, just a quick word with the left hand. If you're still having trouble switching with the left hand, then you definitely need to get my book, Chord Warmups, Book 1. Okay, that'll give you tons of chords to switch with and get your hands better prepared. Okay. All right, so on to the techniques needed for this particular skill, okay? What we're trying to do is emulate what it's like to have a bass player playing bass notes. It's country music in this instance. So we just have 2 bass notes down there, adding a strum to it, okay? If you count this out, it's still the same count as the last video, where you have 1, 2, and 3, 4. And the only difference now is that you're switching bass notes. Here on this G, on the 6th string, 3rd fret, and then the B, where your first finger is, 2nd fret, 5th string. Okay? And you just go 1 chord at a time in the beginning. Nothing in your left hand has to move. The only thing that's changing is when the pick strikes the bass notes. Now, when I do the bass note strike, I like to do a rest stroke when I'm practicing it. I might not do a rest stroke every time when I'm playing it, but when I'm practicing at a slow tempo, I'll do a rest stroke just so the bass really pops out. Okay, so that's the G chord. Now for A minor, if we're going to do it just A minor, we do the fifth string first this time, because that's the A, and then E is the other bass note, the sixth string open. So it's A, E. Again, I'm doing rest strokes. Okay, that has a country western feel to me. A minor with those two bass notes. All right, so C, we're going to actually play the same bass notes as we did in A, except now the third finger stepped in to make the A fifth string into a C. So we got our third finger on the third fret, fifth string, and that third finger is going to go from the fifth string to the sixth string, third fret, G, for our other bass note. So we could practice just that one chord. This is the most difficult one because the third finger has to move. The other chords, the left hand didn't have to do anything except hold the chord down. And of course, we still got 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. If you have it grooved and you know the strum pattern really well for your right hand, then counting is not that big of a deal. But it is good to count in the beginning some so that you know what's going on with the beats in the measure. That understanding is very good to have. Okay, so now let's start doing it 2 chords at a time. It's going to be the same thing when we switch between G and A minor with one little open string on the and of 4. So I'll do it slowly. You hear the open strings? And I'll just go back to G. It's going to be open strings between A minor and G. When you do that fast, it's not as obvious. Might not even notice if I didn't tell you about it. Same thing between A minor and C as last video. It's, no open strings because these 2 fingers stay stationary. They do not move. The only finger that moves is the third finger, okay? So we'll go between A minor and C. This is what this sounds like. And these little practice routines just sound like new songs to me. If you're a creative type, you can take this chord progression and write your own song with it. Chord progressions are not copyrightable. Only melodies and lyrics. Rhythms are really not copyrightable either. So you're not stealing. If you want to take these chord progressions, write your own material. So now C back to G is going to have some open strings in it. Excuse me. Right here. Then so that's doing it 2 chords at a time. Doing all the chords at a time would be the next step, which is just going back to the backing track type thing that I played through the progression 3 or 4 times. That's the next step if you can get them 2 at a time, or if you want to just go straight to playing that'll work too. Remember to contact me at bobby@thehallsofmusic.com if you're interested in guitar lessons. Be sure to subscribe and like the video here for me. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day and enjoy playing moving bass lines and strumming guitar rhythms at the same time.